It feels incredible to be a Mohawk College alumni of distinction. It feels like a full circle moment for me. I remember the day I got accepted to Mohawk, and when I look back then and I see where I am now, it is the most surreal moment to be recognized for this beautiful career that I have worked very hard for, but it all started here in the walls of Mohawk College. I had had a pretty challenging life up until the point I got accepted to Mohawk. My childhood wasn't the best. I was abandoned by my biological father. My mother was a drug addict. And that's what I had done my best to deal with all of that time. I had lived with, the traumas of being abandoned. And when you live, with a drug addict, when you're being raised by somebody who suffers from addiction, it's a challenging environment. I just remember the day that I got the acceptance letter to Mohawk, and I was with my family when I got the acceptance. And it was like, there was an affirmation that somebody in this world, other than my parents, believed in me and believed in my skills and believed in my ability and wanted to see what I could do with this newfound talent that I had shown the application process. And that day will be one I'll never forget. I've always credited a lot of my success to the staff at Mohawk, my professors within the television broadcasting program. It was really them who saw things in me before I saw them in myself. And to me, that makes an amazing professor. But what makes an even more amazing is a professor who can look at you as the person you are and not just the person they're trying to instill skills into. And when I met John Bradford for the first time, not only was John, very invested in giving me the skills I needed to be successful, but he was invested in me as a person. John looked at me and said, "You are valuable, Nicole. Not only can we teach you all of these amazing skills, but you can do all of this amazing work as the Indigenous woman you are. Your professional doesn't need to be separate from your personal, like so many, careers have to be." He's like, "You can bridge that gap." And John actually got me to apply for the Global Television Indigenous Internship Award back when I was attending Mohawk. And I thought it was, kind of funny actually, because when you apply for a big award like that, a national award, you think, what are the chances? I won that award. Being Indigenous in my career has been challenging. I've been the only Indigenous person to be in every newsroom that I've ever worked in. So I've taken that pretty seriously, and I've done my very best to see that Indigenous voices are elevated through every aspect of journalism, and that our stories are told from the perspective that they should be and with the care that they should be. But being Indigenous has also helped me elevate other voices as well, other diverse voices, because I know what it's like to not have a voice. Whenever I have these new opportunities, it always comes back to Mohawk College. It always comes back to this school, because it was these people that, where I started. And, the confidence they instilled in me was just something I was able to carry on throughout my life. But if it wasn't for that first, real push, I don't know if I would have been able to have the confidence to take on all of the amazing opportunities that I've had throughout my journalism career.